All right, everybody, here we are in a most remarkable place. We're at the headquarters in New York City of Jacob & Co. Now, we've got Mr. Jacob himself here. This guy's a legend in the watch business. Why? Because he did a transition, a morph, if you want to call it that, from being a jeweler, classic jeweler, very successful jeweler, into one of the world's premier watchmakers, but not just any watch. I call these pieces absolutely insane. These are off the charts. These are crazy, unbelievable movements. I mean, it's legend. And I brought Teddy with me because he is my grasshopper, and I have to show him new ideas all the time and bring him into the watch world in a big way. Jacob, meet Teddy.
Hello, Teddy.
Jacob, pleasure.
Nice to
Good to meet you.
Now,
Pleasure.
good to see you too, sir.
Good to see you too.
So the reason we're wearing these gloves is these timepieces are incredibly rare, incredibly expensive, and we're going to take you on a journey. For collectors, when you found all you want to buy of Rolex and all the Pateks you need and all the APs you've got and you have every Journe, that's when you hit Jacob. Because
thank you.
there's nothing like this on the planet. So let's start the journey together. Why don't you walk us through your move into Jacob? And I want to say something. I have two on my wrist. This one is the first watch he ever made. My favorite of all of his watches. His entry-level watch is a painting outside the office with this on it. Everywhere I wear this, people say, what the hell is that?
Really?
Tell us about this.
Yes, so this is called 5 time zones. This 5 time zone watch is the very first watch I designed. When I drew this watch on a piece of paper, people thought I'm funny, this is Mickey Mouse watch. But I said, no, I love the colors. I love this beautiful colors because I could wear, I would supply 4 bands with the watch. Nobody did that before.
Red band for me.
Of course, red, you had yellow, blue, whatever colors was in the face, you had those colors in the box.
What was in your head designing that dial?
Oh, to have a fun watch, to have something fun, and tell you 5 time zones, because at the time, 2001, a lot of people were moving around the world for, whether they're doing shows or TV shows or musicians or sports people. So they want to know, what time is it in Japan?
Yeah.
Tokyo. What time is it in LA? What time is it in New York?
These are big enough to actually see the time, and it's one of my most precious watches in the sense that I actually use it for that reason when I travel. Plus, it's a lot of fun. What do you think, Teddy, when you first saw that? How nuts is that?
It's very unique. It's very different. Jacob, question for you. So when you had this reputation as a jeweler, what allowed you to push forward? Was it your own just personal pursuit, or were you also getting a lot of requests from your clientele that you wanted to move into watches? How did that work?
Well, since I became a jeweler, I always wanted to make my own watch. I'll tell you why. When I was 13 years old, my father gave me a watch as a gift, and I still have it. Mm-hmm. And it's really touched me, and it was so special, this watch. It was nothing expensive. It was dual time zone, 2 mechanical movements, simple, with the world in it. I could show it to you. I think I have it here even, to show it to you. So I always wanted to become either a watchmaker or make my own watch, right? And when the time came, the right time, not that I had requests or anything, I already had a successful jewelry business. I said, now is the time for me to design my first watch. And it was not easy. It's very challengeable to go to Switzerland, to convince someone to actually make your watch, Mm-hmm. It wasn't easy.
And here it is.
Yeah.
That's why it's legendary for me to be the beginning of a trend, of a movement, of a big brand that's developed this way. But let's get into where you went, because these pieces, particularly some of the ones we're going to see, are just, they're almost imaginary watches.
Yes.
To get designers to make these things.
It's just pushing the status quo of what is possible for watchmaking in a lot of ways. And these
absolutely
are unconventional, going against the norm in every aspect.
So let's start with something that you're really proud of.
I am very proud of everything in this box. It's a little bit of
okay. Pull some
one
out.
Of each.
Let's get to the hardware here.
We could start from very first complication that I did. I always wanted to make something never been made before. I always saw this commercial.
Where did you get this idea of giant size? I mean, these are big statement pieces.
Well, some of them are big and some of them are smaller. But to me, because I always look at my wrist and I have a big wrist, and I kind of make a watch for myself first.
And you see who follows.
Yeah, and then I see maybe there's a few more people who would like it, So this is very first in the world made 31-day power reserve. It's called
31 days.
So
a month.
all of those are barrels stacked. So you have how many barrels are stacked specifically on top there?
I think there's 7,
Yeah.
but you have here 31-day calendar,
Wow.
and this is the time zone. The
I
time.
mean, I've never seen a movement like that.
And most
this is
important,
powering.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
look
crazy.
at that. Just feel the weight of that.
that's in white gold. It also comes in titanium that's very light.
White gold wind through these little flaps on the
Yes.
side, and then you also have
Now,
exhibition.
again, no one ever did vertical turbine. This was very first vertical turbine.
it's pretty cool.
Right.
I mean, that's just. I mean, that's right off the charts. I mean, nobody was thinking that way when you brought this to the
Yes,
market.
this was success overnight.
And what did critics say when they showed up with something like this?
I was like, wow, what's that? Looks like an engine of the car. Like, what is it? And the idea came from very simple places. Like you see this barrels. When I was a kid, we had this electrical meter.
Yeah.
That's where I got the idea. It was identical as this. So I took the idea and put it in here.
It's incredible. I mean, that piece is absolutely stunning.
And at the time when I made the 31-day power reserve, the most power reserve was 14 days by IWC.
Well, you have enough room in that thing. It's a tank. It's a tank.
It's a tank.
All right, something else.
So
Take us in a
next-
different direction.
Right. So next after that, I will introduce you to let's see. The next important piece I designed was Astronomia. Astronomia.
This is legendary too. You've heard about this. piece.
When I think of Jacob & Co., I think of the Astronomia first.
Yes.
This is really what puts you on the map.
Yes.
I mean, it's 3D.
Yeah. It's
This is
3D.
the one where people said, "Who is this guy? What is he doing? What the hell is that? What's going on here?"
I took a big chance. you
No
know,
kidding.
Because when you develop things like this, it may not work. You know,
I mean, physically may not work.
Yeah, because you could plan it, you could develop it, and you could build it for 3 years, and then in the end, it's just not workable. So I took a chance, and we developed this whole system where you have, the whole movement actually rotating around.
This became your signature look. When I see this piece on people's hands all around the world, I know exactly what I'm looking at. Nobody else makes pieces like this. Teddy, look at
The
this.
bubble.
This is incredible.
I wanted to make it perfectly rounded.
It's incredible.
It's crazy.
I mean,
It's floating
this
in
was
the air.
this is a breakout watch in my view because it kind of made you who you are in the watch space, and then you started doing, some differentiation from that, including this latest thing we're going to look at in a minute. But that is, I think, incredible.
Shortly after this, I designed this watch where it's much more complicated than Astronomia. It's a sky Astronomia. Astronomia Sky has 3 more functions and 3 more complications. It has, I made it a little bit smaller. It's
But you see, it
47.
has the DNA of this piece.
Yeah, of course. It's
Yeah.
So you have this running seconds as one of the arms.
right. Running
remarkable.
seconds. You have the globe on top that's showing you night and day. It's 24 hours. Then you have the whole movement again moving all the way around in 10 minutes revolution. You have the moon that does 60 seconds as well, and you have the turbine cage that's
axis,
also
yeah.
60 seconds.
And along the outside, you
Now,
also
that's
have
the most important part in the sky is a sidereal calendar. That sidereal calendar accurately showing you stars above yourself. So the sidereal dial, the bottom blue plate with the stars, it takes 1 year for full rotation. Yes, exactly 1 year. That's how slow it goes.
Incredible.
I mean, it goes exactly for 1 year. It's a
So
calendar.
just find that gear ratio to get that.
So that's the complication of this watch. And no matter how much this rotates, the time is always showing correctly. The dial
When you
always
dream up
facing
a
you.
watch like this, do you go to the designer and say, "Here's what I'm envisioning"? You design it. You put the
I
gear.
design it, and my engineers make it, then try to make it work.
Yeah.
There are times that my ideas cannot be
They
worked.
just say, "Okay, that's enough."
I mean, we spent 6 months, we spent a lot of money on this. Do you want to continue? And then I push and push and push, and then depends.
All right. Next.
Next interesting piece after this, we designed Twin Tower Furies. There's a watch behind you, actually.
Yeah.
I love this watch because, again, never been made before.
Twin
The
turbine.
reason I'm showing you with diamonds is because I don't have any other ones in stock right now. This watch has 920 components.
Let's talk about price on this one, Jacob. What does this cost?
With the diamonds is 1.3 million.
1.3 million. That's what we're talking about here. That's what we're talking about. I mean, anybody that's going to spend 1.3 million loves the piece, is a major collector, understands the vision of this piece, and obviously this is a showcase monster. I mean, you're walking in with a piano on your wrist here.
920 components.
Yeah.
Two triple X tourbillons. Power reserve on the bottom.
Power reserve,
Mono-
minute repeater.
repeater. Mono pusher chronograph. Pit board. You can go on and on and on.
You want to pull the
It's too
slide?
compli-
Pull the
it's too
slide.
complicated.
Pull the slide. Do it.
Pull it. Pull it.
Push it.
Now, for your protection, it takes time.
Look at that.
You hear it?
There it is. Beautiful.
Yeah. You have to.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's singing a song. That's a fantastic.
And that's
piece.
only 230 now. If you put it like quarter
Yeah,
to 12, you'll
yeah.
get a lot more.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And a mono pusher chronograph.
Mono pusher chronograph. Take a look of the back of finishes of the movement, please.
It's a piece of art.
Yeah. This is most difficult to do. To finish every bridge.
Bring another one.
Yes, sir. So
And the beat
next
goes on.
one- yeah. The next proud piece we could show you would be Chiron. Chiron is partnership with Bugatti, as you know.
Yeah. This is the famous Bugatti piece.
Yeah, this is
is
16
crazy.
cylinder.
This
Yeah,
is
this is
crazy.
crazy because the way I designed this is I wanted to put the engine inside the watch.
So what crown operates the pistons? Is it
Right, this is like
one?
a start button. Just press it once and you'll
Look at
see
that.
it work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So it acts like a combustion
Picture it
engine.
like
This
a-
is
in
ano-
a car.
This is another kind of, I saw this first in Dubai, I think, in Watch Week, I think, the first time. Everybody was talking about this. I mean, this is a branded relationship with Bugatti.
Yes, it's branded relationship. They're very pleased with what we're doing.
I mean,
And
Teddy,
it
when's
has
the
a
last time you saw an engine? in
tourbillon
a
on the
watch?
top. You see the tourbillon
Pretty
cage?
crazy. No, from an engineering perspective, this is remarkable. No question about it.
Thank you.
That's another kind of Jacob, pillar. This piece. That was really well received. It was a
Thank
crazy
you. Yes,
piece. Yeah.
and like I said, I only make things that I love myself. So
Look at that. And this is a sapphire version.
yes, this is our proud sapphire ware version. It was so difficult to make because,
Look at the size
as you
of
can
that
see, it's
piece.
one solid
Yeah,
piece.
that's incredible.
Most of the sapphire crystal watches are made by Sandwich, like several layers. Much easier to do. This was most difficult. I even regretted that I did because it was very difficult.
And the
to
price
do.
on these?
It's one solid piece. The gold version goes to 380,000.
380,000, and the sapphire?
1.3 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
1.3 million.
Yeah.
Teddy, if price was not an object, what would you take of these two?
Probably go with
Gold. Gold looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Gold is that.
It reminds me of the car itself.
yeah. Aerodynamic lines. But
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
I mean, just seeing how that emulates like the pistons on an engine. I'm not even a car guy, and this is fascinating to see in a watch actually. This is incredible.
This is
Yeah, the collection will be sold out very soon. I think it first 2 quarters in 2023. It will be all delivered, and then we're gonna start a new project.
So when people, like, what's the relationship with the customer with Jacob & Co? Is it, do they come with a thought in mind, and do you work with them on like something custom, or is it more like, hey, this is what we're producing? You have standard production pieces, but I imagine there's a lot of projects that you walk hand in hand with the customer on too.
It's rarely that I work with the customer and consumer. I'm mainly design, manufacture, and deal with distribution. But some of people that I know close enough to me that I do business with, yes.
Let's see another one.
So the next big piece, this is interesting. Then we decided to do something out of the ordinary.
Very understated.
Very.
I mean, that is just.
So, like in 2016, I think, or 17, I was kind of bored and I said, I'm going to Basel show. I don't feel like I have enough to show. So I told my team, we're going to build a watch that's going to be called a billionaire. So what?
The billionaire.
Yeah, the billionaire. So this is Billionaire. The name is Billionaire. So the first watch I built, I built it for the show. It was $18 million watch.
What is that the price of this?
No, this is 3 million. So
3 million.
imagine the 18 had large diamonds. Same width. The watch was the same size, more or less, just much larger diamonds. So instead of one block of diamonds here, the several was one big one. So big stones all the way. That's what made the price.
Yeah.
So we made this watch, and it made so much noise, so much publicity in the Basel show. Of course, my whole team thought I'm crazy making that watch, but then in the end, they realized it was worth it.
And did it sell? That
Of
piece?
course. Yeah, of
Somebody
course.
has it now.
Yeah,
Doesn't
yeah,
Floyd, maybe Floyd owns one of these potentially?
Oh, maybe Floyd paid about a second piece, yes.
I mean, it really,
How
really.
many diamonds are we talking here in the setting here?
This one has 170 carats. But it's not just diamonds. You know,
It's flashy
people
enough for
think
you?
it's not so easy to just put together. Every stone has to be cut specially to fit in.
This is blending your history as a jeweler extraordinaire
Yes, the
with
jewelry
a
part comes
watchmaker
out.
extraordinaire and coming up with something just, I mean, it's, what can you say about this? There's no description.
So you have like
Bigger than life.
Yeah.
so you have, is it a white gold backing to this that sets all the stones? Is that how that works?
This is each part.
Yeah, so look
Yes.
at yeah.
Each link is connected, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. The stones are set on them. And
You almost have to
connected.
design it for the wrist that it's going on because,
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I mean, that really is, I hope the camera will be able to photograph this without burning the lens off.
It's like looking into the sun.
Yeah, it's just, that's really,
everyone who buys it, you know, there's a limited edition of 18 pieces of that.
that's extraordinary.
Everyone who bought it, is super happy with it.
Yeah. All right, keep going. That's just,
Right, but it's not for everyone, huh? this
no,
one.
I
So
definitely not. I mean, it's,
then we have Epic X. This is simpler watch. This is more for someone who doesn't want to spend a lot of money. It's a simple balance wheel skeleton watch with rose gold or titanium usually comes to it.
nice.
Yeah, nice colors.
What's the case size on this? This is a,
It's 44 millimeter.
44, okay.
Yeah.
yeah, that's it.
Again, more toward the traditional motif, you know, the design. Shows you can go in both directions.
Yep. And then, of course, we wanted to have our regular chronograph watch. This is our 47 millimeter.
I
chronograph.
recognize that.
Yeah, that's the
Look
one
at
you're
that.
wearing.
Yeah,
exactly.
Very
It
popular.
comes in different colors.
Very
you know, it's a
popular.
fun watch.
Nice. So there's even moving more towards the classic sports piece,
Yeah.
right? Okay, let's keep going.
Yeah. Then we missed one more. We made, you know, when we made this, when I made the Astronomia, then women wanted Astronomia, but then I made a solar Astronomia.
Yeah, that's actually, that
that's-
is very tutti frutti. I
Yeah,
love it.
it's tutti frutti, but the reason is because you have every planet in there, including the sun. So
And it's not an
the solar
oversized piece.
system. I took the whole solar system and fit it in that watch.
That's very approachable.
What's the size of this case?
43,
43. Yeah.
And the price on this piece?
348,000.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
The AR coating on that is also you can if you look at it straight
that's
on, you
tourbillon,
can't
and
tell.
it's very
Doesn't it look like you can just grab that right out of
right. You have the globe that's rotating. You have the whole bottom rotating, and you have
it's really nice.
tourbillon cage.
This has to be very popular because it's
Very.
approachable.
This is very, very popular because men and women wear it.
Yeah.
Is your Astronomia your best-selling line? Is that what most people associate with your brand? or-
Yeah, I would say everything sells equally, but
Astronomia, though, is your blowout.
Yeah.
That's what happened. I mean, when you brought that piece, people went, who is this guy?
even one Astronomia was sent to space.
Really?
Yeah. There was a very first charter to space. 4 men flew to space for 17 days. Each paid $55 million to fly. And one of them carried my Astronomia watch. We have the videos in space, how it's floating in the air.
It was working?
When everything was
Mm-hmm.
working, 100%. And when it came back, we auctioned it for charity.
Nice.
Yeah.
How many watches been to space?
Oh, it's saying
All right, before no, there's one more in there, right?
This is actually similar to what you're wearing. I wasn't sure you would be wearing yours. This is
Oh,
Jason.
I
This
love
is
this.
our regional. I wanted to
course.
start with that, but we already did.
I'm featuring the red band version of this, but it's a
different color.
you know, the fact that it kind of started you in this business is why I love it so much, and it's a great conversation.
This was really
and very functional, frankly.
First of all, it comes also with diamonds, and it was really success
How
overnight.
many years ago was this, Jacob?
2001,
2001.
21 years ago.
21 years. Okay, now let's bring out the
And
big
the
daddy.
very last one
Let's
we have
talk
here,
about this piece.
is The Godfather. You know, I always loved that movie, I'm sure you've seen it, right? Of
course, everybody's
All three.
seen it. Everybody's
You
seen
did too.
An Italian American, of course.
Did you see the latest one, the making of The Godfather?
No, I haven't.
Well, you should. It's
check it
called
out.
The Offer.
Okay, I should check it out.
I don't know if you did, but
haven't seen it yet.
Please do, because that shows you how they made the first three.
And what is the inspiration other than you love the movie? How did you decide to design this piece? What were you going to put in it? And how did you get the rights of this iconic brand?
Exactly. So I was in Florence, and I always wanted to do something with Hollywood. You know, I wanted to be, to do something in partnership, or invest in a movie, or become an actor, or do something. So I was in this cathedral in Florence, and I walk in, and I hear the Godfather music playing. I said, "What? Here? In a cathedral?" Making the watch. I'm gonna make the idea came
inspiration.
right there. I will manufacture and design Godfather watch with the music. With the music.
Let's talk about how many pieces you're making, what these
So
are
I
going to cost.
contacted Paramount Pictures.
Yeah,
They
but they knew you by then. Your reputation preceded you with these pieces,
yes. I
and
really
so
had some
you were able to
licenses,
negotiate
yeah.
the rights.
Yeah, and I negotiated the rights.
And how many are you making?
So we have regular Godfather without. This is 50-year anniversary. 50-year anniversary is because 50-year anniversary of Godfather. We made 50 pieces. It's sold
Price?
550,000.
550,000 sold out.
Yeah, they are sold out.
Yeah.
Then we have ongoing collection, 88 pieces in rose gold and 88 in black titanium. And that is still...
So you'll be making these for a few years.
It'll take 2-3 years to finish them, yeah. Well, I can only make 4 movements per month. So to satisfy this whole collection, it takes time.
So you have triple axis tourbillon. but
630 components.
and then could you play the chime for us?
Sure. So you have 600, triple X tourbillon. This is violin, and this is how you wind the watch.
So you wind it, yeah.
Like a music box, right? So you put this back, you press this button.
That's where you hear the theme. Hold it up to your...
Look at that. I mean, it just brings memories back for the first movie.
Yeah, exactly.
So the rights to the music too.
Yes, of course, you're paying.
Everything rotates. As
And the whole thing rotates and still tells you what time it is. The
Amazing.
same time.
It's really something.
It's super complicated.
I mean, okay, Teddy, which is your favorite piece? Doesn't matter on price.
Yeah, let me face it your way.
Yeah.
So
What are you gonna do?
you
I
see
mean-
it like this at least.
You know, this is a style that I mean, I'm kind of boring. You know, I'm more traditional, but either this
Yeah.
or the Bugatti.
Yeah.
Just because these
I would
are-
agree with you. The Bugatti is so unique, spectacular, and just eye candy to watch.
Right.
The pistons are crazy.
It's insane to see.
But this is also really something else. It's so three-dimensional.
Yeah, you see that crystal on the bottom? It's one ring. It's also never been made before. It's one whole sapphire crystal ring.
I mean, that is so Jacob.
More complicated, the better for me.
No, but
Inspired by impossible. That's
No,
my.
no,
do you agree with my pick, or what do you think?
I would really suffer between these two, because I love
suffer between them.
I love the pistons.
We'll get some close-ups of this, but
Yeah.
there's nothing else like that in a watch.
There is nothing
It's-
else like
It's
that.
crazy.
But this is also really spectacular. I like watches that my wife would want to wear. I mean, just so that
This you
they're-
could share together.
yeah, I mean that's like she's
Pretty compact. Look at that. I mean, it's,
It
it's
is.
basically just one circle of 43 millimeters. It's
amazing.
not that large.
all right.
And by the way those stones are cut, we invented that. This is 288 facets on each stone. It's called Jacob cut, so it's our own patent.
It's incredible. Where are the artists that do that? Where are they
The
looking?
stones cutting?
Yeah,
Some in Thailand, color stones in Thailand,
Yeah.
and then diamonds are in Israel.
it's
There's
amazing.
only a couple of people know how to do it.
Jacob, it's been an amazing journey. I
pleasure
mean,
to be
thank
here
you for
with
your
you.
time, Teddy. What have you learned today?
This is a brand that, I mean, seeing some of these for the first time in person, so this is, I mean, from an engineering perspective, even if the style is not for you, you have to absolutely give kudos to what's going on here from a
I
watchmaking
mean,
perspective.
it's so over the top. It's just
But it pushes boundaries. And I
Yeah.
think partially, hey, that's what watchmaking is all about.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Been great.
Thank you very much for making time
Thank you,
to
Jacob.
come here.
Great to meet you.
That
Thank
is
you.
great.
Thank you for
All right, everybody. What a journey. What a watch. I mean, this is why we do this, so that you can experience these incredible moments from the Bugatti to this.
Solar.
It's just too crazy.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's just too crazy. Thank you
You're welcome.
again. Till next time.
Till next time.